Hello traders, Rich here, and here's a quick but detailed update on NZDCAD. As usual, if you like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As we clearly see, NZDCAD has been overall bearish, making lower lows and lower highs, trading inside this falling orange channel. However, as we are approaching the lower bound of the channel, acting as a non-horizontal support or what I consider an oversold area, we'll be looking for buy setups as a correction movement upward just like previous, and of course as we trade higher till this previous low and high lining up with this trend line, I'll be looking for trend following sell setups. But for now, let's take it step by step, approaching a weekly support zone, which you can clearly see if you want. That's it. So multiple rejection from it previously. We'll be looking for buy setups. However, we know that NZDCAD can still dive inside the support around the lower bound of it before we trade higher. That's why we don't buy blindly. We always zoom into lower time frames and wait for extra confirmation for the bulls to prove to us that they are strong enough to take over. For example, in this case, we have been bearish as mentioned previously inside this impulse movements pushing price lower. For the bulls to take over in this particular case, we need to see a break above this previous high, which I marked in gray. Once it happens, the stop loss would be below the previous low, and we target a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective, which would be almost around the upper trend line as we can see in orange. Meanwhile, and until the buyers take over, until the buy is activated, and that DCAT can still push lower and make new low lows and lower highs before the bulls take over. In this case, I'll be updating my zone. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Tickmill. Tickmill is established in 2014 and is one of the leading Forex and CFD brokers with registered users from more than 200 different countries. Tickmill is a no-dealing desk and ECN broker regulated in many countries like the UK, Cyprus, and recently in South Africa. With Tickmill, you can trade a wide range of instruments, starting from Forex to indices, commodities, and even crypto. Most importantly, with very low spreads and trading fees. If you don't have an account yet, make sure to create one using my referral link in the description below to benefit from 5% discounts on your trading fees. And let's continue. As we clearly see, gold has been overall bearish from a medium-term perspective, and it's currently approaching a support zone, previously acted as support, then a resistance, and now since price broke it upward, it's acting as support again. Moreover, we've got an aggressive movement upward from here, which also makes it a demand zone. So as we approach this 1800 round number, we'll be looking for buy setup, especially this would be our impulse, and we are currently in a correction after breaking above these highs, so we'll be looking for the next impulse movement upward. If you zoom into daily time frame, previously from a medium term perspective, the bears took over here to start the correction. If you zoom into H4 time frame, know that we have been overall bearish, making big impulse movements pushing price lower, correction, and we are currently in a correction phase. For the bulls to take over again, to have a shift in momentum from bearish to bullish, because we are currently bearish, right? We need to see a break above the previous major high, which is currently this high marked in gray. Meanwhile, and until we see this break, the bears are still in control, and this one might still result in a bearish impulse movement pushing price lower. But I like the steepness of this impulse movements. Before it was steep, now it's going flat. Maybe we'll have a flat one and a smaller one, which would give us an early alert that a potential reversal might happen. So long story short, weekly time frame approaching a support and demand. We are looking for buy stops. We can still push lower. In this case, I'll be looking for something like this. And meanwhile, for the bulls to take over, we need to see a break above this previous major high. Best of luck, and I'll see you hopefully on the next one.